Anxiety does not have a do not disturb button, which means that you can't ignore it. You've got to acknowledge your anxiety about high school if you want to overcome it. When you acknowledge your anxiety, you let it know that you hear it, you understand what it's trying to do for you, and then you get to decide what you do next about it. When you try to ignore your anxiety, it usually comes out in some other really wonky or stressful way. Sometimes our bodies and our anxiety likes to shout at us, which can lead to things like panic attacks or emotional meltdowns. So the key here is that you've got to acknowledge it first if you want to overcome it. And we all know that high school is risky business. It can be really overwhelming and stressful, which is why you've got to assess the risks. The thing is that anxiety is just trying to let you know, be careful. Wake up, pay attention, there's some potential danger or risk lurking about. It does that so that you can plan and prepare ahead. We call this coping ahead. So if you don't take a moment and just kind of assess the risk level, then you're gonna be stuck in anxiety mode because your anxiety is gonna say, hey, there's a risk, there's a risk, there's a risk. But if you're never actually making a move or adjusting your approach, then I'm not really sure what you're doing. So if you never assess the risk and what you could do to adjust your approach, then you're going to miss out on how you could consider other possibilities. So for this coping strategy, I really recommend playing the what if game. If you're not familiar with it, it's usually played in 3 separate rounds. I like to set a timer because sometimes my mind can go a little wild here, especially when I'm feeling really anxious and stressed out. Let me know if you've had that experience too. So then rather than letting your thoughts roll on the anxiety train, you can set a timer to contain the thoughts. So this is how you play the what if game. Round number 1 is you want to pause and consider all the potential negative outcomes or possibilities here. You're probably already really great at this. Especially if you're feeling anxious, so go wild. They don't have to be realistic, they don't have to be likely, they just want to be any of the possible negative scenarios that could pop up for you. After you've completed that, you're ready for round number 2, which is considering all of the neutral outcomes or possibilities here. So things that don't necessarily have a positive or pleasant outcome or a negative or uncomfortable outcome. They just kind of are. After you've done that, you're ready for round number 3, and this is where the magic happens. It's where you consider all the possible positive, pleasant outcomes of this scenario. So what are some possibilities here? You want to take a moment to consider those, whether they're likely or unlikely, to kind of break you out of that negative thinking cycle that anxiety likes to keep us stuck in, because you might miss out on some other potential opportunities that exist in this situation. So what are some possible outcomes of going to high school and participating in high school? I know a key one that a lot of parents are thrilled about is that when you get a high school diploma, it opens up other possibilities and doors for your career choice. If you're still feeling really anxious about high school, then you've got to tell somebody. Schools happen to have excellent resources usually when it comes to assisting with anxiety or school anxiety in general. That's because they are really motivated for their students to perform well. So if their students are able to show up and enjoy school and get what they need from school, that's good for them too. So some people that you might want to reach out to for support might be your parents, it might be a neighbor, it might be a school teacher, it might be the school social worker or school guidance counselor. There's lots of possibilities here, though I do highly recommend that you reach out to a safe, responsible adult, because the thing is that I know a lot of teenagers love to rely on their friends who also happen to be teenagers going through this together, which is awesome. Not going to knock that. But the thing is that when you are a teenager and you're relying on other teens for support, you don't always know what their capacity is for helping, and you want to make sure that they have knowledge of all the resources available. So somebody in the school system might have a little more knowledge and resource capacity than another teenager. And if all else fails, I highly recommend that you practice mindfulness. So mindfulness is really, really great about calling our attention and noticing when things happen, why they happen, and the patterns to our problematic circumstances and also our positive ones too. When you take a moment to practice a mindfulness, it allows you to slow down, pause and consider what you can keep doing to continue a positive or pleasant outcome and what you might need to change up that's in your control to shift away from an uncomfortable circumstance. I know one of the most common experiences when it comes to high school anxiety is experiencing anxiety in the morning, which is why you've got to check out my morning anxiety meditation right over here for teenagers. Let's get ready to meditate together. And if you found the information in this video useful and helpful, you know what to do. Go ahead and share it. Thanks for watching.